Do you ever feel like putting on a stunning outfit and your face is just disappearing? Or perhaps since transitioning to gray hair, some of the older colors just seem to be fighting with you? Chances are you're dressing for the wrong temperature. Now, if you suspect that you have warm undertone and you're unsure how to make it work, especially as you're transitioning to gray hair, or maybe you already have silver hair, this video is for you. Part 1 of this video, I'm going to help you figure out if you have warm undertone, what colors you should wear for warm undertones, what colors you should avoid. We're also going to be talking about the warm neutrals and how to add complexity to your outfits. By the way, if you have cool undertones, I have a video for you linked above over here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the Chiquette community, and let's dive in. Why does gray hair matter? When you have warm undertone and your hair is silver or gray, you have this beautiful temperature tug of war because your skin radiates gold while your hair has a cool moonshine to it. So the goal is to bridge that gap with the clothes that we choose so that at the end, the silver hair looks like a deliberate style choice instead of looking washed out. Skin tone versus undertone. I'm sharing a little bit of context here if you don't already know. The skin tone is the surface hue that is defined as fair, medium, or deep. This can change with a tan versus the undertone is the subsurface hue, which is permanent. Think of it this way. Two women can have medium skin. If one has a cool pink undertone and another one has warm olive undertone, the same yellow will look like a dream on one. And for us seasoned women, getting this right is the secret to looking rested without any additional makeup. If you need more inspiration on how to dress for warm undertone, I have curated a collection specifically for this video. I'm going to link it in the description box for you. There are 3 different ways that you can figure out if you have warm undertone. The first one is the vein test. Look at your wrists in natural light. Does it look a bit greenish? That's because you're seeing your blue veins through warm skin tone. That green equals warm. Next, we have the paper test. You're going to hold a white piece of paper next to your face and you're going to compare the skin color from your neck without makeup to the paper. And if your skin looks yellow, peachy, or golden, you have warm undertone. And third, we have the jewelry test. This is my favorite. You're simply going to put on both silver or white gold jewelry and yellow gold and just take a look and compare. If the golden one makes your hand feel more radiant and healthy and glowing, then you have warm undertone. If on the other hand, the jewelry looks very harsh and that it stands out quite a bit, then you know that is not the color that will match your undertone. So silver for cool undertones and gold for warm undertones. And so you can tell which one is mine just based on the jewelry I'm wearing right now. Let's move on to your power palette. What colors work for warm undertone? So here's how you select the best warm tones by the season that still flatter gray hair. Now in the colder months, you want colors with enough weight that will stand out against the starkness of the winter and the light of the gray hair. Rich terracotta and burnt orange. These are your absolute power colors. The orange base pulls forward that golden glow from your skin, while the depth of the saturation adds contrast to your gray hair. Deep moss and olive green. These act as your warm neutrals. They are grounded and earthy and they balance out the gray hair very well, making you look also approachable and grounded. Switch black with espresso or a chocolate brown. Black sometimes can look very inked against gray hair, but if you add a warm brown, it looks much softer and feels expensive and intentional. Summer light is softer, so you want your warm colors to feel more like sun-kissed, not sunburnt. Gold peach and soft coral. These colors act like natural blush. And because they contain both pink and orange, they're the perfect bridge between the warmth in your undertone and the cool of your silver hair. Buttery yellow. Here you want to avoid neons. Look instead for custard or buttery shades. These reflect a warm light back onto your face, which counteracts the ashiness that the gray hair might reflect onto your complexion. Next, we have warm turquoise or teal. Now, while technically blue is a cool shade, turquoise with a heavy base of yellow is a secret weapon that warm undertone women have to use. It imitates the sea and it makes the silver hair look very vibrant and oceanic. Now, how do we add complexity to the warm toned outfit? Mixing warm tones is like blending a high-end spice rack. You want enough friction so that the colors combined look layered and intentional instead of just matching. When you move away from monochromatic looks, this is when you add visual depth, which is what makes the outfit look styled instead of just put on. So here's how you mix the warm tones with a little bit of sophistication. The first one is the golden hour. Here you're going to combine 3 different colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So we're gonna pick yellow, orange, and camel. So for this example, you wanna try on a pair of camel pants, a yellow mustard silk shirt, and a rust leather belt, which will be matching the handbag. So the camel pants will be your grounding colors while allowing the other 2 to play off without clashing. Next, we have the earth and sky. So here you want to pick a warm shade, such as a brown, terracotta, and the opposite, which is contrasting, something blue like teal. This is the best way to dress for a vibrant look when you have warm undertone. So we're gonna take a terracotta shirt, which will bring the yellow out of your skin and it's very flattering. So this deep terracotta and the warm teal creates this stunning high contrast that is very current. Next, we have the light contrast mix, which is light and shadow. Here, instead of using 2 separate colors, we're going to use 1 and use the light and darker weight to the same shade. This is the secret to making any boring outfit look expensive. Here, we're gonna pick a dark chocolate brown and a buttery cream. Now for the actual outfit, you want to stay away from the black and white contrast. Instead, you're going to jump to that espresso dark chocolate brown, and underneath you can have a nice cream or buttery yellow. The massive jump between the light dark is what creates the designer aesthetic. Moving on, we have the Safari Sophisticate mix, which is the new modern neutrals. This is for the woman who wants more complexity. So here we're going to use 3 different colors. We're going to use olive green, cognac, and ivory. Olive is a fantastic secret warm tone. You can easily pair an olive utility jacket with ivory denim and cognac leather boots. This creates a look that is rugged yet incredibly polished. The cognac will enhance and bring out the green in the olive. Next, we have the wild card, the friction pop of color. Now, if you want to look like a true style strategist, you want to add a little bit of a cool shade into the mix. How do you do this? Well, you're going to use tan or rust with a little bit of lavender. Lavender is typically cool, but when you mix with a predominant rust or predominant warm shade, it will actually enhance the warm shade even more. So here you can easily put on a lavender undershirt and cover it with a rust jacket, for example. You can add a pair of lavender earrings, and what it does is creates that flicker of light that will make the warm colors even richer. It's a very sophisticated way of acknowledging your gray hair while keeping your skin glowing. Moving on to neutrals, Unlike the cool neutrals, which are very white and office and clinical, the warm neutrals are instead very inviting and rich and glowy. And when you have gray hair, having these warm neutrals is very important to bridge that gap, because the ashy, the gray hair can create this dullness and gravitates more towards the cool side of the spectrum. So these warm neutrals bring it all back and don't clash too much, and keep that balance between your glow and your gray hair. First, we have ivory and cream, and this is one of my favorites. It's a great balance between your skin and the hair. It has a little bit of yellow and peach in it, so it reflects back into your face that candlelit type of glow. Gorgeous. And while the white is very harsh, the equivalent for warm undertones is the ivory, which is a little bit of yellowish shade. When you wear ivory, this is what will take your outfit to the next level and make it look more expensive and sophisticated. Next, we have camel, tan, and cognac. These are the spices of the neutral world, and they look so expensive and sophisticated. I love a camel wool coat. You see a lot of these worn by the royals because it just looks so expensive and elegant. Cognac in particular is that one color that would make the entire outfit put together and look styled. Next, we have the olive and khaki. Olive is a grounded and earthy neutral, which I think is a great backdrop for the rest of the colors to shine. And so a great pair of slacks or khakis that are olive, or even a utility vest, will allow the rest of your outfit to stand out without having too much going on at the same time. And we talked about the dark chocolate again. This is going to be your darkest shade that you should probably reach for. This is to replace black, which I find to be really harsh over the years. I'm even replacing mascara, and anything that I have black is now dark brown, and it will add that softness to balance out the rest of the outfit without looking too harsh and too inky against your hair. Don't forget to check out my shop store linked below for all the pieces from this video. Stay tuned for part 2, where we're going to talk about jewelry, makeup, and more goodies for warm undertone. I'll see you there next.